This is the era where the traditional, conventional theory of mass communication has literally crumbled. Your model has completed 2 decades, and this is also a challenge. How relevant we can make this model for next 20 years.
I was really happy, and I'm sure each one of you is looking very satisfied as scholars who have learnt how to at least got an exposure that Sadharanikaran model of Indian philosophical tradition or Bharatvarshiya tradition is relevant for the contemporary media and communication research practices per se and social science and education on the whole.
And this is relevant, definitely this is redundant for those who try to listen what internationalization aspect Kathmandu University is doing. But for international guests and even for students, this is very important. That is what I try to elaborate.
We all have different perspectives according to our culture and according to our brought up, according to our religion, according to our society. And that's why we need to have a different than Aristotelian one. That was the comparison that is in that debate. I believe that other culture and society would have a different model of communication as well.
We are ready to take off for the indigenous theorization and model conception after the 20 years and the successful completion of 20 years of Sadharanikaran model. Sadharanikaran, indigenous, Asia-centric, Bharatvarshiya knowledge system, and that is going to rock tomorrow.
The 2 decades of Sadharanikaran model of communication and future prospects was an enlightening exploration of the model's past achievements and future directions.
We now begin the valedictory session formally. We'd like to call upon the dais Professor Dr. Ajut Prasad Wagle, Registrar of Kathmandu University and Chair of this session. Professor Dr. Sirish Kasikar, Director, National Institute of Mass Communication and Journalism, Gujarat. Professor Dr. Vibhuti Ranjan Jha, Director, RDI KU. Dr. Uddhav Pakurel, Acting Director, Global Engagement Division, KU. Dr. Suchi Yadav, Chairperson, Center for the Media Studies Program, JNU. And Dr. Sudhanshu Dahal, Associate Professor and Convener of this conference. We'd also like to invite Dr. Nirmal Madhyadhikari. Professor Dr. Balchandra Luitel was also supposed to be here, the Dean of School of Education, but he had to leave early. We now invite Dr. Uddhav Pakurel, Acting Director, Global Engagement Division, Kathmandu University, for his welcome remarks.
Dr. Pakurel has been a distinguished faculty member at Kathmandu University for the past 14 years, specializing in political sociology and social inclusion. Professor Pakurel holds a bachelor's degree in law and master's degree in sociology from Tribhuvan University, an MPhil in sociology from the University of Delhi, and a PhD in political sociology from Jawaharlal Nehru University. Dr. Pakurel's expertise and innovative approach to teaching have significantly contributed to the academic community, making him a valued speaker for this conference. Notably, he leads the Global Engagement Division at the Kathmandu University and is instrumental in the university's effort at internationalization of higher education. Over to you, sir.
Thank you very much for very generous introduction. Respected Chair, respected Registrar Sir, respected professors from India, Director, very senior faculties in the dais and the room itself, and mostly the participants. I guess we have already congratulated Dr. Nirmal Madhyadhikari for the day. In fact, it is the day not only for Kathmandu University but also for him. For Kathmandu University, because for the first time I guess we are discussing about someone's original theory. We have done many research, but this is the original research by our faculty which is being celebrated by this discussion. I guess that is how I guess we should congratulate him. And I am given two responsibilities. The welcome remark was supposed to be by Dean, but she was also not well, I am told, and I have to welcome formally, but that has already been done in the morning itself, I guess. We were newcomers only for this session could be entitled to this. In fact, Registrar Sir and Director Vibhuti Ranjan Jha, I guess these two entities are new, otherwise all were earlier as well. So, welcome Registrar Sir and Director Sir, including me. I also was late in the afternoon, but otherwise I guess you already were welcome. You already took part this session. If I consider my presence here could be even in the introductory session while introducing me, she tried to elaborate kind of responsibility I am taking off now, and that responsibility is for global engagement as director, and this is relevant. Definitely this is redundant for those who try to listen what internationalization aspect Kathmandu University is doing. But for international guests and even for students, this is very important. That is what I try to elaborate. Number one, Kathmandu University now try to claim saying that we are going for the internationalization. And what is internationalization for Kathmandu University is, we have done lot many conventional way of interaction with international higher education institutions. And data states saying that we have already hosted students from 55 countries. And that is also not in a very minimal number. We could proudly say wherever we go, it's around 15 to 20%. And being in Nepal, if our proportion is 13%, that is our achievement, I could say. So, as we have already hosted 13% of international students, then this is time for us to grow further. And this is an opportunity for us to state saying that what is the further step. That is why our way of dealing in the name of internationalization is go beyond conventional thing and try to think of new things. How to do it could be, yes, definitely conventional, meaning we should not do away. We have to do joint research, we have to do joint project, we have to do joint conventions like this, we have to do joint publication, but we have to have a very creative idea of win-win situation. And for that, we try to have this joint degree, dual degree program together with very many universities. You must be knowing, at least we have already practiced a couple of joint degree programs with very prestigious institutes like IIT Madras, IIT Hyderabad, Western Sydney University, very prestigious universities in China, USA, etc. So this is number one. Number two, for faculties, we try to welcome international faculties offering at least whatever we could offer. For example, if international faculties wanted to teach being here or being online, we try to remunerate a bit in a standard manner. For example, I'm associate professor here, and if I get 120,000, then we compensate those international faculty with almost 180,000, meaning 1.5 additional remuneration. Like this, for international students also. For example, this is an opportunity because even this theory, you have already discussed many things. If someone, foreigner, wanted to do further study based on this theory and being based in Kathmandu University as researcher, we'll be happy to welcome him or her, and we'll offer fee waive, and also we offer local accommodation. That is kind of opportunity for our international scholars. So I guess my being here could be just to elaborate what we are doing, what is new thing, and how we try to connect this very symposium with our internationalization aspect. I know this is very late and I might be speaking more than 4 minutes, so might be we can interact whatever I said. Definitely we being in Nepal, we claim saying that we are only the English medium university. And if we claim so, then even international institutions also try to acknowledge this. For example, if Australian or US universities ask for IELTS or TOEFL, then if we write saying that we are English medium school and our students are very good in English and they escape this, they at least consider this saying that okay, then you don't need this. This practice has been also there. So that is what are the options to encourage our own students to study in Kathmandu University. But the limitation is we are talking about the westernization, the construction of whatever Western theory, but again we are talking that we are only the English medium. Then where is other vernacular language? Nepali itself is sort of considered by very many other linguistic communities as colonialism. Whether we could, our way forward could be to promote this kind of understanding to that very vernacular. That is the challenge, and I guess we all accept this challenge and we look forward to hearing your more research, more innovation in the future. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Pakurel. We now invite Dr. Suchi Yadav, Chairperson of the Center for Media Studies, JNU, New Delhi.
Dr. Yadav is Chairperson and Associate Professor at the Center for Media Studies, School of Social Sciences, Jawaharlal Nehru University, New Delhi. With over 20 years of experience in teaching and media industries, she has significantly contributed to the fields of media studies from the perspectives of decoloniality and Indian philosophical thoughts. She completed her PhD from JNU and has extensive experience of working in media including CNN, IBN, Network 18 Group, Sahara India Television Network, Observer Group of Publication. Over to you, ma'am.
Good evening, everybody. From morning to evening, I would say it has been a wonderful experience, marathon of sorts. But at the end of the day, to all the dignitaries present here, Registrar Sir, the Chair, Nirmalmani Adhikari Sir, it has been a gratifying experience. For a teacher, gratification is the most important thing at the end of the day. Morning was like posing questions of coloniality, decoloniality, knowledge traditions, Asia-centric view. But throughout the day, all the questions raised in the morning by all the distinguished speakers in the inaugural session, that how layered all these understandings are. As far as philosophy is concerned, I think there are two major goals of philosophy. One is to reach as close to reality or truth, and the second is the meaning making of the texts that one chooses to explore. I think all the sessions as conceived today by the organizers were very broad but at the same time very relevant. So in the morning, the questions raised as to how we will explore through Sadharanikaran model the ideas of artificial intelligence, films, the ideas of health communication, the ideas related to disaster management, and even international diplomacy for that matter. I was really happy, and I'm sure each one of you is looking very satisfied as scholars who have learnt how to at least got an exposure that Sadharanikaran model of Indian philosophical tradition or Bharatvarshiya tradition is relevant for the contemporary media and communication research practices per se and social science and education on the whole. I think the whole idea throughout the day has been of developing the holistic perspectives in research traditions of Bharatvarsh. I look forward to many such engagements in future. I invite you all openly to JNU. You can anytime come contact me and come to the university to explore. We are doing a lot of things as far as knowledge, philosophical traditions are concerned of Bharatvarsh. Thank you everyone, and thank you Professor Nirmal Adhikari. I really congratulate you once again that what started in the morning has ended into a very gratifying journey. Congratulations.
Thank you, Dr. Yadav. We now invite Professor Dr. Vibhuti Ranjan Jha, Director of the Research, Development and Innovation Directorate, Kathmandu University, for his remarks.
Professor Vibhuti Ranjan Jha, a distinguished leader in environmental science, is the Director of Research, Development and Innovation at Kathmandu University. Professor Jha brings a unique blend of academic rigor and real-world insights in the field of environmental research in Nepal. Professor Jha has contributed significantly to the study of ecological integrity of river system in Nepal, for which he has received support from organizations such as IUCN, WWF, UGC Nepal, and the Nepal Academy of Science and Technology, NAST. Over to you, sir.
Thank you for such a nice introduction. Respected Chair and the Registrar of Kathmandu University, Professor Dr. Ajun. We have, I don't see the Deans of School of Arts and School of Education. We have Dr. Suchi Yadav, Chairperson, Center for Media Studies, JNU. We have Director, National Institute of Mass Communication and Journalism, Professor Dr. Sirish Kashikar, and all the distinguished participants, all the members in the dais, all the members of organizing committee of this seminar, and fellow colleagues from Kathmandu University, all the students and journalists, and all the ladies and gentlemen present in this session now. First of all, my namaste and greetings to all of you, and also like to thank the organizing committee for giving me this opportunity to put some remarks on this seminar, on this theme. So, I believe that there have been a lot of academic drilling, right from inaugural session to the plenary session and to parallel session with different sub-themes on the main theme of 2 decades of Sadharanikaran of model of communication. And through that academic drilling, I believe that all the participants have gained knowledge and insights of the issues that is at present very important. As far as I know regarding this media and mass communication, I am not a student of mass communication, but as far as I have information that you discussed something about the Western theory of mass communication regarding Aristotelian theory, and that was the oldest one, and that ruled for about such a long time, and later on it has been found that it is inadequate to communicate all the societies and all the cultures of the world. And that's why a new theory and new models of communication has been developed, and among that the Sadharanikaran model of mass communication has been a very important and very successful model, I believe. So all of us are wearing some kind of invisible glass in our eyes, and we see the things, objects, subjects, or any issues in the world around us with those glass. So as the culture varies, as the society varies, the way of looking at the things, looking at the issues will also vary. And that makes it, the communication quite difficult if there is only one uniform theory of communication is there. So in that case, as the culture varies, you need to find new models and new theory of communication. Otherwise, the message, the information will not be properly communicated. We had a couple of examples. I had some experience also. Say, for example, a cow. A cow in Hindu culture, we see the cow as a different entity, and in the West, they see cow as different. And in Islam, the same cow will be seen as different. So, managing cow in the streets or stray cows and all these things are different in the West and in the East. Likewise, I was also quite surprised with the information in the West, and it was very difficult for me to comprehend and understand when they say for example 70-degree temperature, and I could not understand and comprehend what does it mean, because we are not accustomed to that kind of measurement. But we could have easily, understood if it would have been in centigrade, 10 degree, 15 degree, then we can feel how cold or how hot it is. So, all the information also gives you some kind of feeling, some kind of understanding, comprehension, and that depends upon the culture. So, we cannot understand the spirit and the feelings of the same word in another culture. So that's why the communication has to be, the way of communication, the model and the theory of communication has to be different. Also, in some place they say how far it is, they say 5 minutes, they say 10 minutes, and it's a distance and they are measuring in minutes. In US, for example, it's just 10 minutes, and for 10 minutes, for us it is quite near. It's quite near, but when you calculate the kilometer, it will be 10 kilometers. And you walk and come back, it is quite difficult. So that is also there, and these are some things that we see differently. Also, some issues, say for example, concept of marriage. Marriage in Hindu philosophy, in Hindu culture, marriage is something, it is hard, it is good, in good time or bad time, it has to be intact all the life. Also in 7 subsequent life you have. In West it is, the companion, if you feel bored, if you don't like it, you just part away. It's so simple. And in Islam, you can, I think, according to Islamic law, you can marry 4 wives also. So for the people of different culture, the same issue, say marriage, gives a different meanings. That's why the understanding of the things, objects, or any issues around us, we all have different perspectives according to our culture and according to our brought up, according to our religion, according to our society, and that's why we need to have a different than Aristotelian one. That was the comparison that is in that debate. I believe that other culture and society would have a different model of communication as well. So I would like to thank on behalf of Kathmandu University and Research Development and Innovation Office of Kathmandu University that we facilitate, we coordinate different research and associated seminars, workshops, conferences, and all these things. So thanks for participating in this today's program and seminar. And also our office and the university is committed and encourage you to organize more and more such seminars and conferences and workshops. Thank you all once again. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Professor Jha. We now invite Professor Dr. Sirish Kasikar, Director of the National Institute of Mass Communication and Journalism, Gujarat. He is also the member both of the Governing Council and the Academic Council of the Makhanlal Chaturvedi National University of Journalism and Mass Communication, Bhopal, India.
Dr. Sirish Kasikar is the Director of National Institute of Mass Communication and Journalism in Ahmedabad. He has over 27 years of expertise in journalism and academia. His journey from a reporter to an academic leader showcases his commitment to media education. With notable awards and contribution to academia, he enriches the field through research and governance roles in various institutions. Dr. Kasikar's engagement in public discourse and leadership in integrating industry trends into education reflects his vision for preparing students for the dynamic media landscape. Over to you, sir.
Respected dignitaries on the dais, research scholars, and dear students. I'll just take 3 minutes, not more than 3 minutes, because we all are tired now. After 9 hours marathon journey on Sadharanikaran model, now it's time to say goodbye. But before I leave, and we all leave the campus, I would like to say 2 things. First thing, what in 2003 Dr. Nirmalmani Adhikari did, he was simply carrying the legacy of Professor Tiwari and Professor Yadav, Professor Bimal, Sanayake, and all the stalwarts. So what different did he do? And that was the thing, that model is the most remarkable part he has done. And now we can proudly say that we are ready to take off for the indigenous theorization and model conception after the 20 years and the successful completion of 20 years of Sadharanikaran model. The only issue with we people, Indians and including Nepalis, is our Hanuman syndrome. All of you know that when Hanumanji was cursed by gods due to his misbehavior in his childhood, that when the time will come you will forget all your powers and someone will have to realize you that, oh, you are the powerful person. And Jamban did this job when they have to build that, when he has to go to Lanka, and Jamban or Jamban, whatever you call, he realized that he is the most powerful person in the world, and he jumped and he went to the Sri Lanka. So Dr. Adhikari has done that job for us, right? Now we realize that we too have potential, we too have the power to understand the potential of Sadharanikaran, indigenous, Asia-centric, Bharatvarshiya knowledge system, and that is going to rock tomorrow, as I said earlier in morning session also. But for that, all of us, all the research scholars, students of communication, and all the people, those who are in some decision-taking position, they must take this thing ahead as a movement. We must not stop here by doing an international seminar. Now we must take it to the next level, and I hope under the leadership of Dr. Adhikari, we all are here, all the scholars and academicians, we will take this movement to take the indigenous knowledge, Bharatvarshiya knowledge to the next level. Someone was skeptical in the morning about the future of this theory, right? Then I must say that we have just started, we have just took off, and now there are many more things to come, and we will prove soon, as I said earlier in the morning, that we were superior, we are superior, and we will always be superior. Please wait. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Kasikar. We now invite Associate Professor Dr. Sudhamsu Dahal, who is the convener of the conference, who is the Garmuli for this conference.
Dr. Dahal is the convener for the International Seminar on 2 Decades of Sadharanikaran Model of Communication. He is an associate professor and dedicated media IT researcher focusing on the application of media technology in indigenous communication and engagement. He completed his PhD from Anna University, Chennai, and is well known his extensive experience in the media and his contemporary contribution to Nepali academia. Over to you, sir.
Thank you very much. Good evening. Namaskar. I think I've given this duty to thanks, and then why should I compromise in thanking everyone? So I might take a little longer than other speakers. So respected chairperson of this valedictory session, Professor Dr. Ajut Prasad Wagle, Registrar, Kathmandu University, dignitaries on the dais, paper presenters, faculties, research scholars, students, guests, ladies and gentlemen. Namaskar once again. As we draw our one-day seminar on 2 decades of Sadharanikaran model of communication to a close, it is my privilege to deliver the vote of thanks. This seminar has been an enriching experience, offering us deep insights and stimulating discussions that celebrate the 2-decade journey of this influential communication model based on our own indigenous knowledge system. First and foremost, I would like to extend our heartfelt gratitude to our keynote speaker, Professor Dr. Yoshitaka Mike, Department of Communication, University of Hawaii at Hilo, USA. Your profound insights into the evolution and impact of Sadharanikaran model have been instrumental in setting the tone for today's seminar. Your address has provided us with a comprehensive understanding of the model's theoretical foundations and its practical applications significantly our academic discourse. We are enlightened by the gracious presence of Professor Dr. K.K. Agarwal, President of South Asian University, as our esteemed chief guest. We will extend our deepest gratitude to Professor B.K. Kutiala, former Vice Chancellor, Makanlal Chaturvedi, National University of Journalism and Mass Communication, Bhopal, India, Professor Dr. K.G. Suresh, the current Vice Chancellor of Makanlal Chaturvedi, National University of Journalism and Mass Communication, Professor Dr. Han Hong, Vice President, School of Public Administration, University of Electronic Science and Technology of China, Professor Dr. Ida Bagus Putu Suamba, Politik Negeri from Bali, Indonesia, and Dr. Suchi Yadav, Chairperson, Center for Media Studies, Jawaharlal Nehru University, New Delhi. I convey our deepest gratitude. We are highly grateful to Professor Dr. Bola Thapa, our own Vice Chancellor, for gracing us to chair the inaugural session of the seminar. Similarly, we are immensely thankful to our Registrar, Professor Dr. Achut Wagle, who consented to be the chair of this valedictory session. Thank you, sir. We'd also like to thank Ms. Eku Mayapun, Dean of School of Arts, for her leadership and support to this international seminar as an event of prime importance for the whole of the School of Arts. Our sincere thanks also goes to our esteemed plenary session speakers. The first plenary session, 2 decades of Sadharanikaran model of communication and future prospects, was an enlightening exploration of the model's past achievements and future directions. The second plenary session, Sadharanikaran model of communication and multidisciplinary dynamics, provided a valuable interdisciplinary perspective, underscoring the model's relevance across various fields. Your unique perspectives have greatly enriched our discussions and provided a deeper understanding of the model's impact and potential. Your expertise and thoughtful analysis have greatly enhanced the quality of our discussions. I would like to express our gratitude to the presenters of the 6 thematic paper presentation sessions that has been rightly termed as marathon by my previous speaker. The first session on de-Westernization, Asia-centricity and reorientation highlighted the importance of shifting perspectives and embracing Asia-centric approaches in communication studies. The second session, Natya Shastra and Vakyapadya, this session delved into classical Indian text and their relevance to contemporary communication theories. The third, Beyond the Boundaries, this session explored the expansive nature of communication, transcending traditional boundaries. Fourth, From Ancient Wisdom to Digital Dynamics, this session bridged the gap between ancient communication wisdom and modern digital practices. Fifth, Pursuit of Saridayata. This session focused on pursuit of mutual understanding and shared meaning in communication. And the final 6th session on communication praxis examined the practical applications of Sadharanikaran model in various communication contexts. Each of these sessions provided valuable insights and broadened our understanding of the Sadharanikaran model of multifaceted nature. We would like to thank our session chairs of these 6 panel paper presentation sessions for their adept moderation and ensuring the smooth conduct of the sessions. Your ability to engage the audience and facilitate meaningful dialogue has been crucial to the success of this seminar. We are also grateful to our dedicated organizing committee comprising of PhD scholars, master's and bachelor students whose tireless efforts behind the scene have made this event possible. From logistical arrangements to coordinating with speakers and participants, your hard work has ensured a seamless experience for all of us. So this goes to thank you, and thank you to our students. Our sincere appreciation goes to School of Arts family, including faculties and staff, for their support to the seminar from the administration and management aspects. Your contributions have not only made the seminar possible, but also highlighted the importance of academic endeavors in advancing the field of communication studies. We have more than 160 participants who are physically present in this conference or seminar. This includes paper presenters, commentators, session chairs, and us all. However, to our esteemed participants from India, China, Canada, USA, Indonesia, Australia, Norway, thank you for your active engagement and thoughtful questions throughout the seminar through the medium of online engagement, as we know it commonly. Your enthusiasm and curiosity have driven the dynamic exchanges we have witnessed today. It is your participation that makes such academic gatherings meaningful and productive. Last but not least, I extend my gratitude to School of Education for providing us with this premise for hosting this seminar and providing us with all necessary resources and support. Your commitment to fostering academic discourse and research is truly commendable. As we conclude this seminar, let us carry forward the knowledge and insights gained today, continuing to explore and expand upon the principles of Sadharanikaran model of communication. Together, we can contribute to the advancement of our field and betterment of society through effective and inclusive communication. Thank you once again for your valuable presence and participation. We look forward to meeting you at future seminars and conferences. Safe travels and best wishes. Thank you very much.
We thank you, Dr. Dahal, for successfully convening this conference. It's now time for distributing certificates of participation. I'd like to request Professor Dr. Achyut Prasad Wagle, Registrar of the University, to distribute the certificates. I request Riseka to help with that. We are distributing certificates to the paper presenters today. We also have certificates for everyone, the volunteers, the students, but we'll be distributing them in a while. The convener will distribute them to you. Now we invite Balaram Prajapati. Balaram Prajapati, Sulabh Shakya, Tekraj Koirala, Upendra Khadka, Parambir Singh, Upendra Khadka, Mayank Bhardwaj, D.B. Khatri, Vishnu Gyawali, Nisha Kumar, Govinda Saran Upadhyay, Satchitanand Ghimire, Kedarnath Gautam, Sushil Gautam, Madan Rai, and the wonderful co-host for the day, Trishna Acharya. Trishna is also the organizing secretary. Please wait, sir. We also have token of love. I request the volunteers to help with that. We're distributing token of love to Dr. Suji Yadav and Professor Dr. Sirish Kasikar. Thank you, sir. And we now request Professor Dr. Achyut Prasad Wagle, the Registrar of the University, for his valedictory speech.
Professor Achyut Wagle is the Registrar of Kathmandu University, a distinguished scholar known for his significant contribution to economics and policy making in Nepal, and hard-hitting columns in the Kathmandu Post and Kantipur National Dailies. He holds a PhD in economics from the Indian Institute of Technology, Kanpur, and is recognized for his expertise in areas such as econometrics, industrial economics, and political economy. Professor Wagle has been an advisor for the Nepal Rashtra Bank and the Commission for the investigation of abuse of authority. Over to you, sir.
Thank you. That is a bit of an exaggeration. I know you have had a very tiring but fulfilling day. I just have more question than answer. What would have been the most appropriate language for this academic exercise to discuss about the Sadharanikaran model? Is it English? Yes? Yes? I think no. Because Sadharanikaran is not in English. We are talking about rejuvenating our philosophy, culture. I think we are in a bit of a paradox. Probably we need to rethink in those lines. Although language is only the medium, but philosophy comes with that deep-rootedness. That's the first one. Second, this must have been the day of Dr. Nirmal Mani Adhikari. Congratulations to you, Dr. Adhikari. It is definitely a happy moment that your model has completed 2 decades, and this is also a challenge. How relevant we can make this model for next 20 years when we are a different flux of technology, knowledge system, and the way we disseminate and receive the information today. I would like to just suggest that it does not only remain a textbook case of the model. When I entered in the building as a receptor of the communication, I imagine if you could have put the seminar is in the 5th floor, all your arrows would not probably have required. So every person who climbed the stairs, probably that is the issue of signaling in communication. What we academics have mostly believed in creating theories, aggrandizing them, but not looking at the practicality. When I am saying this, I am not criticizing. This is the era where the traditional, conventional theory of mass communication has literally crumbled. This is an era of deep fake, misrepresentation, fake news, and yesterday's formulas of authentic, unbiased transmission of information in communication needs to be reinvented. I don't say we don't have that capability, but it needs to be reinvented. And this is also a challenge for academia, who are now teaching, training the next generation of communications with models, softwares, apps, social media, and whatnot. So, having said this, one of the essence of this model deserves sincere congratulations to Mr. Adhikari and all the intellectuals who contributed to the academic discourse of this, is that it is essentially saying we were not blank in the civilization as West made out to be. Everything they did was civilized, advanced, developed, and everything we did was backward, uncivilized, unuseful. I think this is one example that the model developed by him has got a good currency in the academic field. I thank you for your presence. Although I could not be here in the inaugural session, I'm happy that you invited me, and be among the intellectuals is always a great experience. Thank you, all the dignitaries, all the dais, professors, students. It is definitely a new kind of learning environment we need to adopt. And final word is, all those developed countries have thrived and sustained their development in every field is who develop their education system in their mother tongue. All the technical knowledge system in their mother tongue. Be that Japan, be that France, be that Korea, now China. I was in Turkey till yesterday. Turkey. All the medical education, all engineering education, all knowledge dissemination in agriculture is there in mother tongue. One of the greatest things that I have said is the outflux of our trained manpower to the country where we train them for. If we have trained them to be an English speaker, there is no wonder they are opting to settle down in Australia, Europe, or America. So right from the beginning, probably we choose the wrong path, and thank you for reigniting the debate in that is close to our heart, close to our culture, and close to our civilization. Thank you. Should I conclude this?
Thank you, Professor Wagle. With this, we end the session, but we'll still be here. Professor Dr. Sudhanshu Dahal will be distributing the certificates to all others, and we take a group photo and then discourse. But we'll meet again somewhere, sometime, very soon. Thank you very much. That was Dinesh Kapli.
Thank you very much. Thank you all for this wonderful day.
Well,